Okay, it is March 21st, 2019. This is the Judy Jam. We got some early birds here. So we're just going to start on the homework that came in. All right. So glad to have you guys here. And let's just start. So Deborah, starting with you. Do you want to read this?
Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to read it.
Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. How's
that?
Okay,
I can read off my page too.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my ideal audience is a very small audience. It's the orchestra operations or creative directors because I want to perform with them. So what I would say to them is, you know how symphonies are always struggling to develop new audiences and expand the support of their community, but it seems like their classic blue hair audiences are literally dying. So they reach out to baby boomers, Gen Xers, millennials with arrangements of popular music they think is going to speak to those audiences. And maybe they get a big house for one night, but not because those audiences truly love or support the orchestra. Meanwhile, what the creative directors long to do is to bring music and artists to the stage who will inspire their audiences, build support, and both inspire and innovate with their programming. Well, what if it was possible to bring a living female composer-performer to your stage, someone who's an innovator in the field of instrument development, who's been Grammy nominated for her works with orchestra, who represents your longtime audience, because she herself is in the third act of life, and yet also represents the creative dreams of younger generations, because she's still innovative, still creating, and has been throughout her career. What if it were someone who's developed an outreach program to empower your community from the bottom up, working with local ensembles before and after she leaves, show that she's partnering with you to develop visible support and community? From my experience as a longtime orchestra soloist and a composer who's had the chance to play my original works at the highest creative levels with both regional and national orchestras, who's collaborated with one of the most visionary instrument companies in the world, develop a cutting-edge new instrument, and created a PBS music special of my own original symphony music that was Grammy nominated for Best Classical Crossover Album. I've created and performed blah, blah, blah. This part's getting boring to me. But someone who but I play an instrument nobody's ever seen on the concert stage. So I know what it's like to offer a stellar musical experience to people who simply don't get what I'm trying to offer. I play the electric harp. It's an instrument everybody thinks is all about angelic tinkles. So since I couldn't rely on people's expectations to bring to the stage, I had to get creative. From performing with Bobby McFerrin, I discovered that a guest artist doesn't have to come on stage as the isolated star, but a guest artist can use a guest performance to elevate and shine a light on local performers as well by bringing them on stage as guests of the soloist, even as the soloist is a guest of the orchestra. I also discovered that if I taught those local performers basic PR skills so they could each reach out to their own communities and invite those communities to the concert to see them, you can not only expand the audience, but they would each represent their communities on the stage. And if those guest performers represented every community and age range, you could develop both community and audience for I could develop both community and audience for every orchestra I was invited to solo with. That's how I developed the program, Orchestrating Community. I've learned how hard it is to build audiences, and I discovered that when you build community and bring part of that community to the stage, they bring the audience with them. Not a one-time audience, but people who literally get to see themselves represented on stage. And yes, I do this all with harpists, and there are more of them around than you think. I do this by partnering with a local harp teacher months before the concert. Together we train a group of mixed-aged harpists to play part of the concert with me. I rehearse them on the music remotely before my visit. Then I rehearse them on performance when I arrive. And just important, I use my online school to give them training in how to reach out to their own communities through press releases and posts, publicizing their own performance with a visiting soloist and symphony. The first time I did this with Symphony Tacoma, the Sunday afternoon concert, which had never sold out before, was not only sold out, but had a line around the block. And now I'm bringing that same program to symphonies around the world.
Okie
Tell me anything good about it.
I need to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
What do you want the reaction to this be? And who are you speaking to? And what I'm very unclear. You start off talking about bringing millennials in, and then I'm very confused, I guess. I'm not
Okay.
clear. Who are you speaking to? What do
I'm
you want? Just tell me in like,
yeah,
really quickly, who are you speaking to
yeah.
and what do you want?
I'm speaking to the people who hire soloists for symphony orchestras. So there's lots of them all
Okay.
over the world.
But don't you just audition for that? I mean,
No,
it's not a
no,
presentation, it's a here's me playing.
no, you don't. That's not how you do it. That
Okay.
I mean, when I did it in the past, I did it through press releases. Like if I played with one symphony, I'd send it to other symphonies. But right now, I don't have those shows. So and I've created a new project, which is called Orchestrating Community. So, and it's a new idea. It's a way of actually bringing the community, bringing performers from the community on stage to play with the soloist.
Okay. All right. I think I'm beginning to understand what you're talking about. Um, so let's go to the problem that people
Okay.
have. Okay.
Right.
Is so if this is orchestrating community, right?
Mm-hmm,
Right here.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So I would say that this is very important, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So let's just get your main thing here. That's important.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so that needs to be okay. So I would say simply just trying to develop new audiences and expand the support they are literally dying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they reach out. Okay. Let me not because or support the orchestra. We're not sure about. Let me just try and cut some things. Okay. Yeah. Expand this one. You are literally dying. Okay. Now I think you should. It's too much about you.
Okay.
I would put literally dying, and then I'm a harpist
Mm-hmm.
or whatever you say. What are you? You're a harpist.
Electric harpist.
Has not only soloed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this. Sorry, music.
That's okay.
Who's not only soloed with da da da
Mm-hmm.
da da da,
Mm-hmm.
but who has created a program called, and what's your
Right.
program called?
Orchestrating community.
Yeah, orchestrating community. Okay, the Jim. Um, um, I've, I implemented.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not spelling right.
It doesn't matter.
Implemented this when I soloed with blah blah orchestra.
Yeah.
Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
And the orchestra and the results were that we had people from all generations lined, what did you say, lined up around
the block. Yeah.
the block. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right in the video.
Yeah.
I create this by, tell me how you create it, getting this by bringing on stage, contacting, I create that,
Okay, yeah.
So you repeat again. Via, that's my cat who's on. Via data, I create. What do you create with that? Let's see. I create. I would just move this up front. I create, an audience for every orchestra
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
invited to solo with by, explain how, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible to have a, um, conversation
Mm-hmm.
to discuss how this approach, would benefit, blah, 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 the name of the orchestra.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Um,
Right.
so short and sweet, like tease them. The result of the night agreement followed by inviting them to a concert to discuss how this approach would benefit the Portland
Yeah.
Symphony Orchestra, um, and done, right? So,
Yep.
and with the call, because this is not, where you're, I would, not solo with this, um, and blah, blah, blah. But also
Uh-huh.
created a room called Athena. And then solo with this orchestra. And these also we had all around the block, developing long lasting
Right.
relationships
Mm-hmm.
with the orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right?
Yep.
Or something like that. Okay, so this is that short.
It's great.
Kind of started off confusing me because you go, baby boomers are dying. We need,
All right. I'm
millennials.
sorry. Yes.
Anyway, I'm a baby boomer and
I
I'm
know.
almost dead myself, but it was confusing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sure. Got it.
But what, and are literally dying, so yeah, dying. I'm a heart, the orchestra. All right, this is how this approach would benefit. Now, I have a slight connection to
Uh-huh.
the conductor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have to say, I know nothing about the music business.
Right.
Okay, I am nothing. I played Lady of Spain on the accordion, and that's it.
Oh my God, that's intense.
Yeah, it's very intense. Anyway, so she is I have a connection, and I could definitely send this to her.
Okay.
Okay.
Once I
And
have
her
it together.
name is, let me just see. So I would, do some research on whoever you send this to, right?
Yeah, yes.
So she's
Sure.
with Judy's friend is Monica, who is the conductor
Mm-hmm.
of the Portland Chamber
Oh, okay.
Orchestra. And I don't know if chamber music, or
That's okay. They're all different things, but I've played with all of them.
whatever.
Yeah, great.
But okay. So
Yeah, once I get this clear and get a web page for it, I will take you up on that.
yeah. Now I don't think the blue-haired audience are literally dying, because a lot of the people who run the business of the symphony are older people and might insult them.
Oh, okay. I'm happy to say
I'm
something.
saying, like, period. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. It could be sensitive. It could be. But she's somebody who I could turn you on to, and who would, I say, hey, a student of mine is giving a pitch,
Mm-hmm.
and, could you, she send you this and give you some feedback of how to approach, because she knows this sort of thing. Okay.
That's great. That would be wonderful.
All right. So
I'll work on it first, though.
I'll send this to you.
Great. Thank you, Judy.
Oh, my pleasure. Glad to have you join us.
I'm glad to join.
Okay. And I'll go like here, And this is, okay. And then this is, okay, Deb. I can't spell today. My spelling is even worse today than ever. It's really bad when you spell so poorly that spell check doesn't even know what you're talking about, right? So that's good. All right. Okay, well done, my friend.
Thank
Glad
you.
to have you with us. Now, don't go because we're gonna have some.
I'm not going. I'm gonna want to see the other.
Absolutely. Okay. So Ed Babcock. We have my Eds here today. So let me.
Two Eds are better than none.
Oh.
My kids got me a book of puns for dads for my Christmas.
You know, I hate to say this, Ed.
I could have wrote it,
but I actually have determined that you know, people are compulsive punsters is actually from brain damage. I hate to tell you that.
I have a hard time getting my head around that.
Oh God. Oh God, I'm gonna throw up. 1 second, I got some vomit in my mouth. Okay, I'm back. All right. All right, Ed, do you want to read this for me? All right, let's have some enthusiasm here and read this for me.
Okay. My audience is parents who grew up fatherless.
No, sir, you know how parents who okay, go ahead.
You know how many parents have grown up fatherless, and parents who grew up fatherless,
they have this problem.
I'm sorry, they have this problem in that having grown up fatherless, they have to deal with feelings that the one person that they counted on failed them. And now, as they raise their own children, how do they model skills that they never witnessed? And how do they make sure that they don't fail their own children?
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. With the feelings that one person they counted on failed them. How can someone fail you if you've never met them?
Good point.
Like a lot of kids grow up fatherless, right? They don't know their father was a sperm donor or something.
Yep.
How does a sperm donor fail you? I'm just what do you mean? Like what are you saying here? How do you mean they failed them? It's a strong word. That's all right. Any ideas? I'm not really being critical of. I'm just curious.
No. I understand. They, the absentee dad leaves you without resources about how to be a dad. They have also.
Let's just look for 1 second on the. Let's see. 1 second. I'm just curious. Is this based on any kind of research or personal experience?
Yes, both.
Both. Okay. So let's just ask Google and let's just see this.
The stats are that somewhere between 33 and 50% of all living people in the United States came from fatherless homes.
That's really a good statistic. Can we add that in there? Okay.
Sure, somewhere.
Does growing up without a father affect you? Affect parenting? Parenting? I don't know. Let's see what that looks like. Psychological effects of growing up without a father. How growing up with a dad affects women. Okay, I grew up without a father. Okay. Later in life, I learned to provoke a panic attack. A disturbing article about psychological growing up fatherless. That was damaged, altered when effects of growing up with a dad, more likely to be aggressive, more likely, really, low self-esteem, poorly in school. That sounds like a little bullshitty. Doesn't have, More likely, I don't know. You got to be careful of some of this research because it's like, kind of could be right-wing stuff. Are at a big, the men are growing on the father and the, oh, USA Today. Maybe that would be more legitimate because they have fact checking. Um, it's harder on Father's Day. Father figures, oh, seems to have lost it. Whatever. Oh, anyway. All right. So let's continue on with your share. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm just interested, and I think your audience, so I would put, um, 50% of American children, grow up without fathers, right? Without fathers.
Yep.
Okay. And which means what they, and the results of that is that how do they model skills they never witnessed, and how do they make sure they don't fail their own kids? Well, if they do have kids and they're there, I'm not sure about the word fail, but go ahead. From my professional experience, go ahead.
Okay. From my professional experience with over 40 years, double word there, as pastor, manager, business owner, author, support group leader for a dad's group, and also a facilitator for a single mom's group.
And as a life coach, okay, good.
And as a life coach, I speak on, I'm sorry, the eyes aren't that good. I speak on
maybe I can make
overcoming the fatal lack of fatherhood in our country today.
Nice alliteration.
And I show you that whatever you didn't receive in your childhood, you can stop letting it define who you are, and that you can become the parent you've always wanted to have.
Okay, good. Okay.
From my, let's see,
my family background growing up.
My family background growing up in a fatherless home, and now as the father of 4 successful adult children who are parents themselves, and as well as the lessons I have learned about being a parent and mentoring parents, I showed the audience how I show moms and dads that in spite of their past, they can be great parents. I show them how to develop confidence that they will do the right thing as parents, and how to build trust in their relationships with their kids.
Okay, great.
I offer a 60-minute keynote address where I speak on the topics of becoming the parent you've always wanted to have.
Title. Love it. Love the title. Oh my God. I think you hit a home run here.
Good. I also offer half-day seminars on building love and trust with your teenager and doing the daddy thing. I offer both group and individual life coaching.
All right. I think you hit the jackpot here. Becoming the parent you always wanted to have. I think it's a fantastic title.
I have to thank you for that, Judy.
Did I give that to you?
That was one of the...
I'm a friggin' genius.
You are. We should go write a book.
You should write a book.
You write it, I'll put my name on it.
All right. No, it's all yours. I'm happy to give it all away. Okay, here are my thoughts. I think you should go at the fathers, and I think this needs to have stats here, right?
Okay.
I have to hear, according to USA Today, or a psychologist, a study says blah 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 blah, that and then you say that children who grow up without a father are more likely to be depressed, or put some numbers
Yep.
in here. Give me some credibility here of the issue that people have, okay?
Yep. They're out there.
Okay. So yeah, because I just looking really quickly at be careful about what you read on the web, because a lot of them are about like anti-gay rhetoric, and so just be careful what the sources are. I mean, I think if you go according to the Wall Street Journal, but not just the website says, okay? So be very careful about that you're not spreading bullshit, okay?
Yeah.
So you want to do that, and put stats here. I think this is a great TED Talk. I don't think it's a corporate talk. I think it's, it could be expanded into a TED Talk because I like the notion of, it's never too late, and you can be, the person you didn't have. And I really like that. But I think this is a phenomenal TED Talk. And when we do a TED Talk, a TEDx talk, we only have to do 12 minutes. We can have a strong impact, and it's a way to get our message across on the web and identify and then be a part of the community about what we're talking about. So I would highly suggest you start putting together an application, look around, see what's going on in your area in TED Talks, see what themes are, see how you can adjust this to the theme. I think it's fantastic. I mean, if you need help, Frank King has been very successful with getting people TED Talks. He coached Lynette, and she just got booked to do TEDx Idaho. And yeah, she just showed me her announcement. So, okay. So I had one more other thought about this. What was it? I just feel like if you get up on a stage, a TEDx stage, it'll just give you a sensational video. And then I could see you like just becoming a spokesperson. Oh, and remind me, I have to give information on how to become an expert in your field. But I know you've been circling this issue for a while. We've had some problems with it. I think you're closer than you've ever been to it.
I agree.
And it just feels really good. So take out the mythology. I'm going to do it in a half-hour keynote or whatever. It's just that, we can, and I'm going to show you how.
Okay. Great.
Just terrific. Anybody have anything else to say to Ed? Just, anything?
This is Deborah. Yeah, I really, again, immediately loved You Can Become the Parent You Always Wanted to Have. And I really love the idea of, it's hard growing up without a father, but what happens when you become a father and you didn't have one? So I just love that really love that you're doing it.
Yeah, we've always called our oldest one our experimental child. And the thing that's amazing to me is that he has 3 girls. And he is, we just spent some time with the girls. He's deployed right now, but what a great job he's done. And I thank my wife all the time for that, but it's something I'm real proud of.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Well done, my friend. And and Deborah said never grew up without fathers. Yeah, fathers growing up without fathers. I'm a father. Yeah, you become the parent you always wanted to have.
Is that the right place to do? Like if we have thoughts while we're going, just to put them.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So everybody, you can look in the chat. Well done, Deborah. And I just, I think become the parent you always wanted to have. I think it opens up to more of us because it's not really about fathers. Some of us grew up with mothers. And some of us had a father who was present And, it's become my father was really a son of a bitch. I'm jealous of you that you had no father. I go, oh, that would have been so great. You know what I'm saying? So there's all different kinds.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Right. So there's all different kinds of experiences. But when you say become the parent you always wish you had, doesn't necessarily mean that. So I would make a note, Ed, I didn't put it in here, but if you could make a note to change the beginning, that 50% of people grow up without fathers, and many people wish they had grown up with a father because their father many have been abusive and a negative influence on their life. So, but, and then there's people who've had difficult mothers. So I think you can open it up a bit, become the parent you've always wanted to have. You might want to focus on your own stories about, fatherhood. But I do feel if you opened it up a bit, that it doesn't condemn you for life. There is repair.
Right.
And I think that's a beautiful sentiment.
Judy, I have a comment too. John Morse here.
Yeah.
My older brother was killed, left a 1-year-old child, and it resonates with me that I know I could have done more to be a father figure to him. So that might be an audience that be attracted to this.
Yeah. Oh, that's a one, all these comments, can you jot them down, Ed? Because what John's saying, again, opens up your talk to more people. That we all, even if you don't have kids, we all have an opportunity to become, a parent to somebody. And by doing that, we heal ourselves. I love that. I just love the sentiment of this talk. I feel it's coming from a very heartful place, and I applaud you for it. I mean, I think one of the best things I've ever done in my life. I've had a lot of success with my career, but to me, I consider becoming a mother to not a how do you say it? My words aren't coming today. A disadvantaged child. When she was 13, and now she's 34, and has and I have I became her godmother at 13, and it's, to me, becomes very healing. So. Well done. All right.
Thanks.
So, Ed, hey, Ed, I figured something out. Deborah, you had something to say? Go ahead.
I just have a question. Did you email me your comments yet? Because I didn't get them.
No, I'm kind of busy right now.
Okay. No, I just didn't know if I should expect them. Okay, I didn't know.
I'm a little busy, but I will, when this is all over,
I just didn't know when to expect them.
After dinner, I'll send it.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Ed Newman. Okay, Ed.
Yes.
Ed, I figured out what was wrong with all the videos, and I have to go and change all of them. They're set on private, and they should be unlisted. So I figured it out finally.
I hope I didn't annoy you, but every time.
A little bit, Ed. A little bit, I'll have to say.
Oh, darn it. Why can't I do that?
Yeah, I have to fix that. My assistant just got really sick and quit. And so I'm kind of scrambling here, so I will get to it, I promise. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad you're on it and keep sending me the emails. I don't mind being annoyed. I like to get things working. Anyway, so let me go to John. Ed Newman, did you submit anything?
I have a comment on Ed Babcock. We become buddies.
Oh, great.
We had a good talk yesterday. And Ed, after I talked, you got me thinking. And this morning when I was out doing one of my mini dog walks, this whole revelation came how I'm changing. I'm basically throwing out my work I've done and redoing it because now I know where I want to go with it. I can use the information I've acquired, but I know how I want to put together and where I really want to focus in. And I have to thank you on waking me up to that.
Oh, look, Ed Babcock, you're already changing people's lives. So that's why we do it, isn't it? I mean, isn't that why we do it?
Hey, Ed, just call me Dad.
Okay, I will.
Now it's getting weird. Okay, Daddy. Oh, a little weird.
Judy, that's the working title for my book. It's Call Me Dad.
Oh, is it about R. Kelly? We won't go.
No. Although he
Karen,
could have wrote the book, I guess.
Karen, did you get R. Kelly reference?
Yeah, I think
Yes, yes, that reference had fireworks around it. Yeah,
it would. This would be more like just call me biological.
Okay, all right. All right, I want to go on to John.
Is R. Kelly a father?
R. Kelly, there's
I know. Yeah, I know all the.
He's on trial for.
No, I know he enslaved some young girls, but I was wondering if he ever had.
I made them all call him Daddy. That's
Oh.
documentary. All righty then. All right, so let's. I want to go to John, and I know you submitted something, and then I got some good ideas for you guys today, and I'm going to check in with everybody else. All right, so I think this is yours. Okay, John, what do we have here? What do we have here? For the next 2 hours, John will be talking to us. John, what do we have? Okay. Let's see. Oh, let me unmute you. Uh-oh. Are you unmutable?
There I am.
There you go. Hey, John, I've been thinking about you.
Okay, what I'm thinking is I have the black letter points that I made. I guess we can go there, and we don't have to go with the stories that back them up.
What is it? What are we looking at? Is this your speech?
That would be the outline of my speech, not verbatim, but just
Sure.
a checklist of points to cover.
Okay.
And I can make it longer or shorter, but.
Okay, I love, thank you for the end. Let's give her a hand. Yeah, okay, good. You follow directions well. Okay, I'm here to talk about problem-solving techniques and nagging at you, and you didn't know what to do about it. So which part do we want to read? Do we want to read the points that you're making, or?
Yeah, I think so. If you look at the black letter points.
Okay, that's when things are routine, that's when it's important to remain alert and prepared. Okay, so what's the title of this talk?
Problem-solving techniques in aircraft crashes.
Nah.
Okay, let's work on that.
Something with the word disaster in it.
What's that?
Avoiding disaster, like something about, maybe can we get an alliteration?
Well, here's my point, that, you can keep small problems from becoming big problems and big problems from becoming disasters. So you don't have to wait till you have a crisis on your hands before you use these techniques.
I don't know, how not to crash and burn, lessons from an air.
Okay, that's close, yeah.
What do you call that? You're an air crash detective?
Well, I'm an attorney. I defend cases arising out of airplane crashes.
I'm a detective. That's a D. Is there any other word for avoiding that starts with a D?
Starting with D.
D. Ducking. Ducking disasters sounds weird though. Ducking disasters.
Okay.
Dipping, ducking, no. Avoiding, I don't know. Well, we'll play with it. Those things take long, but how not to crash and burn in life. Lessons from an air crash detective. All right?
Well,
something like that. What do you think?
Let me work on that. As I say, it's easier to work from a draft than a blank sheet of paper.
Yeah, how not crash and burn in life. Lessons from aircraft. And so your content points is when things are routine, that's when it's important to remain alert and prepared. Oh, okay. That's good. I love that. So this is like an action step one, right? Action step.
Well, actually, my action steps are at the end. I'm just using these general points. And then at the end, I put it all together.
Oh, at the very end?
Yeah.
Conclusion. Okay, first, remain calm and identify the problem. Okay. This is situation in project. Identify the problem. Second, consider all possible solutions to the problem, including solutions that seem unrealistic or outlandish. Third, choose the best solution, put into action. I think these things are more a little too pedestrian.
Okay.
Of course, I'm going to identify the problem. Yes, I know, keep calm, find a lot of solutions, and take the best one and put into action. I feel it's a little too elementary. I would like to find a little, this is what I'd like you to do. I have an assignment for you.
Okay.
Okay. I love these. I mean, I love when you're, don't change anything so you know what the problem is. I love these. I mean, I think these are really, I like when you take I love the metaphor or airline crash and comparing it to life. Do you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Because this is lessons learned around there on how not to crash and burn in life.
Okay.
Something like that. I'll tell you what I want in this.
Okay.
I want insider info. This is what the biggest thing people want. My friend is a market researcher, and she gets hired from big firms to arrange like groups and ask them questions and does research on, what do people really want? Like, so she had Universal Studios as the client. What do people want when they go in Universal? Insider information. They want to know something that their friends don't know.
Well, I think if you look at my stories, those are inside information about what really happens in airplane crashes.
Awesome. All right. So, action 7. It's important to remain alert and prepared. I know nobody buys an earthquake kit until there's been an earthquake. Right?
But
nobody goes to a dentist until they are like in pain.
yeah.
All those things about the time to take action is during calm, is before, and it seems so obvious.
Yeah.
It's so good. Now, here's what I also like to do. And okay. Take action steps that you did in investigating a crash and relate it to business or leadership.
And I think I've done that in the body of my speech, so maybe I just need to work on the intro and the conclusion.
Okay, so let me just see one more thing, because when I write a speech with somebody, I work on it for approximately 12 hours. So in just 5 minutes is a little tough.
Yeah.
But I really think you got something here. Let me just read the problem. Tell me the problem. How many of you had a problem now you didn't know what to do with it? I would say that's way too general. We all have problems.
Okay.
I would say I would relate this to leadership, or like, for instance, how many of you had an employee and you kind of knew this employee was like, you got a feeling about this employee, and then all of a sudden, and then you can talk about how this person exploded, right?
Yeah.
Right?
You can also apply this to recruiting and hiring. Don't ignore the red flags.
Yeah, exactly. And all the language should be airline language. Do you know what I'm saying? Then this employee, crashed. Next thing you know, the account was destroyed. Your client is on fire. I mean, you want to you know, and then you got to put together all the pieces and go, what went wrong? And every time you will find that something went, find that point that you should have known, right?
Yeah. Or you ignored the red flag and then it got worse. And you ignored the second one, it got worse. And the third time it's out of control.
Yes. Okay. Today I'm going to show you problem solving techniques. I don't think that's it, because I really think it's avoiding disasters. And
Okay.
and the disasters are and I would start it off like this, and we're recording this so you can get it off the recording when I put it up on YouTube. But
Okay.
it's just like, you know, have you ever been in love? You know, and you're just so in love, and it's like, let's get married, and then cut to 1 year later, and it's like, how could this have happened to me? Your bank account is empty. You know, he slept with your sister. You know, it's like a, you know, it's a complete disaster.
Mhm.
And it's like, how could he do this to me? Okay. Or give me a personal thing, and then give me a disaster in business, and then give me a disaster in hiring, right?
Yeah.
And then you say, you know, I'm John Morris, and disasters are my expertise. I'm the one that figures out when an airline crashes what happened. And what I have in common through all of them was that there was a point that it could have been prevented. And I'm here to talk to you today how to prevent disasters before they happen, whether they be with your business, your relationship, your employees,
Or your family.
or your family. Yes. Okay?
Okay, I want to make sure I don't oversell and mislead. You know, I'm not the official accident investigator, although quite often we find the solutions that the government missed.
Okay, the other thing I want you to do, that's all right. We've all exaggerated slightly what we do. That's okay. That's all right. I'm not really 32. There you go. All right. So
When did you get 2 years older?
I don't know. It just happened. All right. So
Okay.
I want you, and I'm going to talk to all of you about this, but I thought of you, John, when the Boeing shit started to happen, all this has happened, and you should be calling reporters, and you should be publishing a piece on that. Because
Okay.
anytime, like for instance, with Ed Babcock, if you see in the news, you all have to have Google alerts for what you talk about. You set up a Google alert, and anytime that there is, and I'm going to show you a site where you can actually get to a reporter really easily today, okay? But so I'm anytime there is something that is in line with your expertise that is happening in the world, you have to be on the phone to a reporter, because you have to establish yourself as an expert. And the way to do it is get quoted by a reporter. You know, after I wrote the Comedy Bible, anytime there was something about comedy, you know, I get a call. Anybody, you know, opinion. Finally, I got sick of like another person talking to me. Do you think female women comics are really funny? What do you think about, you know, so anytime anything came out about female comic, I was asked to comment on it.
Okay, that's a good point. I'd love to do it, but how do I get started doing that?
I will. Let me just go through homework here.
I have
fine.
another idea for John.
Yeah, go ahead,
But
Jen.
let me ask you if you think it's too big, and that would be in line with what he's talking about, preventing disaster, shootings in the workplace.
Yeah, any kind of disaster.
Well, that's
I
a
mean,
disaster, sure.
there have to have been red flags before somebody shows up with a gun and kills a bunch of people at work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And as a lawyer, you would know how much background checking one can do about candidates when you're interviewing them.
Yeah.
And then behind the scenes checking, which is sort of under the table.
Yeah. What is, John, just for the sake of it, what is your opinion on the Boeing crash?
Oh, I think Boeing screwed up big time. They basically put in an autopilot function that's working even if you disable the autopilot. So what happens when the airplane gets to a high angle of attack, the system says, no, you don't belong there, pushes the nose down. And it's too strong for the pilots to overcome unless they turn off the system.
Yeah. And they've been working on a software update, and they didn't tell the pilots that. So again, it's about communication, open communication. And there was other.
It's also about letting the pilots know where the off switch is. Normally on an autopilot, you have an off switch right here on the control wheel. You push the button, it's off. But even if the autopilot's off, the only way to disable this one is to get a switch down in the center console. And I'm told that the day before the Lion Air crash, they had a similar incident, but the pilot in the jump seat recognized what was going on, cut it off, and they survived it. And whether Boeing heard about that is going to be interesting to find out.
And John, isn't it also about not being willing to pay for those simulators?
Partly. I think there is some marketing in that, yes, that they were marketing this as, hey, the pilots are already type rated in the 737, so you don't have to train them or teach them new things. Yes, I think that's a big part of it.
Okay, John, here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
You already have a camera on your computer.
Yeah.
You need to get a good background and get the camera right. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, you're kind of like, you're kind of like this. You look a little diminished. I want you to get a nice background. I don't know. Do you have a wife or something?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Get your wife to stylize you. And you need to be a talking head on CNN.
Okay.
They always have this weird guy anytime there's a plane crash.
Yeah.
And he's really goofy. And I'm going like, who is this guy? And why do they always use the same guy? But you do have a nice look about you. You look wise. You look established. Get yourself, a background. And what they do is that they go, and then always put the title of your speech in. John Morris, former investigator, a lawyer for the da-da-da, who speaks on avoiding disasters.
Okay.
But John, what do you think of blah, 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 blah? So right now the background is no good, but I've done this a lot. They just cut to you and you're in front of your computer, you're on, they give you, it's just like Zoom, Yeah. They give you the link and now you're talking as the expert, but get the shit together. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And,
there's some kind of kit you can buy on Amazon, and I don't remember, but if you dig around on Amazon, there's a kit, like a green screen kind of kit for shooting videos at your desk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that, Judy?
Well, yeah, of course I have it. I have a green screen right now. What do you think this is?
Well, I have another photo I could put in the background. It's a photo of Russian airplane from the 30s.
Well, it needs to be real. Just it can be from your desk, but have some important picture of you or something behind you, or something looking good. Just stylize yourself, okay?
Okay.
And
I would actually really love to read your speech if you were willing. I was really interested.
No, I'd be happy to.
Okay.
Send me your email and I'll.
Put your email in here. This is awesome. Okay. Things only work when, you really get together with other people. It's really awesome. Okay, so, all right, let me give you information, and then I have to find this thing. Oh, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for it while I put you guys into twos, okay? I'm going to break you up into little breakouts for 10 minutes. And then when you come back, I'll have the information for you. Okay? All right. So, but when I break you up into twos, I want to talk about like, how do you pitch yourself to the media? Okay. Like, how do you, and like we were talking to John about, you know, the Boeing crash. It's obvious, right? He should be a talking head. He should be the go-to expert on anything having to do with those kind of disasters. Okay. So here's the question. I'll type it in here because I'm a little inarticulate today. So it is, what is the event and slash or topic that would be on CNN that you would be the go-to expert for? Okay, fair enough. So you want to find, you know, what that is, and then we'll come back here and we'll talk about, because, you know, let's say you get on CNN, you pitch yourself to them, they call you up, you get in the news. That's then you send that to the health speaker bureaus. I'm an expert on this topic, you know, and here I am on, you know, Fox News, CNN, whatever, you know, MSNBC. Here I am quoted in the Wall Street Journal. I mean, I have to tell you, I was interviewed by, what started my speaking career was I was interviewed by the Wall Street Journal. And it was just somebody who was hot for me. It wasn't even like I should not have been interviewed. It really was like, said, you always have to meet with someone like 10 times to do a story about that? Anyway, whatever. It was a cool thing. So I get like in the Wall Street Journal, and it was a story about, you know, companies are hiring comedians to talk about stress. I had done one speech for the fresh produce company. It was a speech with a dancing avocado behind me. Believe me, it was nothing to warrant an entire article and a picture in the Wall Street Journal. Wait a second. I can show it to you. I mean, it's hysterical. Anyway, so I'm in the Wall Street Journal. Next thing you know, my phone is ringing off the hook. Can you come speak here? Can you come speak there? You know, it's just hysterical. But let me see if I can find it. Just give me 1 second. Where? Oh, wait. Okay, here it is. Wall Street. Here it is. Okay. Show you. Just anyway, so like John was, but I really wasn't the detective. It's like, so what? All right, so let me just show you. Can you guys see? Companies. Done. Oh, companies hire Judy Card to help employees cope with workplace trauma. There's like Judy Carter right there, right? I got my own dot painting. I done just, you know, fresh produce and floral counts. Anyways, I'm cracking myself up. All right. Whole article. That article got me like hundreds of thousands of dollars in speaking gigs. All right, I'm going to break you guys up, and then I'm going to find this incredible site for you. I have to find this. All right, so let me just hook you guys up. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to put, I'm going to put John with Deborah. I'm going to put Janice, Dim, and then the Eds. Put their two Eds together. Okay, you guys, join up, and I'll be back in a little bit. Hi, everybody. Hi there. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, so Karen, I haven't talked to you. How are you?
I am good.
What's going on in Karen land?
Oh, lots of fun stuff. Lots of
Tell me.
auditions and stuff. A lot of good things that I'm attached to and can't talk about yet.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. So you're getting acting gigs, right?
Acting gigs, yeah. And I decided, I was talking to Janice, I want to set myself a deadline because I feel like I work best with deadlines. To give myself like unlimited time to go through your beautiful course. I'm not making it happen. So I want to give by the next Judy Jam, I want to have like a 20-minute version of an adorable little talk that I can go to like the Rotary Club or the Kiwanis or whatever and just talk.
That sounds great.
That's my goal.
One of the people who's on one of my private, I'm helping him put together his TEDx talk.
Yeah.
And, he tries it out every 2 weeks at a different Rotary Club. So, and it's great.
What?
Yeah, it's awesome. So, and Janice, I haven't talked to you. How are you doing?
I have so much going on, but here's what I'm stressed about right now is putting together my sizzle reel, trying to figure out how to put it together, how to structure it, what types of clips should go where, what part should be the voiceover, etc.
Okay, for your sizzle reel, well, you should have 2 sizzle reels. One is, like a sort of thing that welcome to your page and is, like 1 minute.
Okay.
And it's the message of you statement that has a lot of B-roll. And I think, didn't I send you Nina's? Did you see Nina Segura's?
Yeah. I have her page up all the time on my website.
Yeah, that's simple. The message of you, and then that's good. And then what we need are just clips, clips of you speaking. And I change mine all the time, depending on, I have a little editing thing, and depending if it's a woman's audience, I'll just pull women's stuff. If it's, corporate, I'll do something else. So, I don't do any kind of editing. I just kind of throw some clips on.
So you just throw it together. You don't have like music and here's Judy Carter and the audience.
For your sizzle reel, like the thing that Nina has. Yeah. Do that. But I don't know. I just, at this point, everything's become so informal with YouTube videos that I just throw some together. Yeah, I wouldn't spend a lot. And what you can do is you can have your beginning, your 10-second, it's Janet Litvin. Everybody's standing up. Look at the big audience, and cut to it. So you can have your header be the same for all of them. But that's that. Then we have speaker bureau. Sometimes I was just talking to Nina actually, and she told me that somebody wanted to see her whole speech, like a 40 minutes. So sometimes they ask for that. So they always ask for different things. So it just depends. Anyway, I got great information for you people.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So I want to share it. Let's see, where do I share it? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here's the site, everybody. Okay, this is called Help a Reporter, all right? So this is Haro, and it's called helpareporter.com. And if this is a great way to start getting in the media. So what it is if you're a journalist, you click here, and if you're a source, you click here. So what happens is it's free to the journalists, and the journalists, will put out, I'm doing a story on airline, need airline crash experts. I need this, I need that, whatever they need, okay? And you get to, and so here it is. So here are some success stories. Here's somebody got her stuff to the editor of Shape magazine and featured her, and anyway, so here's all their success stories, whatever. And
Judy, would you tell me that website again to get on it?
Well, it's called Help a Reporter, Haro, okay? So helpareporter.com. And then when you sign up, okay, so how it works. So this is pitch smarter to gain valuable media coverage. And there's like, you check your email box 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, and it'll be full of source requests relevant to you or your client's industry, expertise, or personal experience. And then you pitch yourself to the source. So, you know, and if the journalist is interested, they reach out. I did this for a while. It's kind of time consuming. You got to get your pitch together. And I'm going to show you how to put your pitch together. Okay. So here's how much it costs. It's free. Your basic is free. So you can sign up for free. And, one second, I'm hearing a train. Okay, you can sign up for free and see what it's like to get stuff delivered to your email box. And then I guess $20 a month, you can choose 1 keyword, and there's more if you want 3 keywords and what have you, okay? So this is a really good way to, you know, put yourself out in the media, all right? All right, so the important thing then is how you pitch yourself, right? Because you know how people scroll through Instagram and everything, you know, you can't have anything really long. So here's my assignment, my homework to you guys is to watch, this is module 4, message-based marketing. So what you want to do is watch video 6 and 7. This is my buddy, Margot Black, and she has a PR company. And I have to tell you, how to pitch yourself to the media is sensational. It's really, let me just look at it. Let's see if I click here. How to pitch yourself to the media. She gives you exactly wonderful ways, like formulas.
Dear Judy, I've been watching your show, Judy's Brilliant World, and I really think I have something special for your audience. I am able to show you how to be the funniest working woman in America, and I can do it in 5 easy steps.
So anyways, she tells you how the language you need to pitch to the media, because you can't ramble on forever. And she has some very compelling, she's really funny.
Details when we return.
Yeah, so she has some really compelling information. Let's see, this is 14 minutes. Okay. I don't have to, because first, let's see, this is, you know, message. Oh, here's her techniques. Let me see if I can get it. There it is. Send your media content an email, do not call. Bust a myth. So, you know, a bust a myth means, let's say if you're doing medical stuff, they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but apples can actually kill you. Like, that's like a pitch, right? So you bust a myth. Relate your pitch to something that's front page news. Okay. There's a simple email, a 2-sentence email Boeing could have done that would have prevented over 200 people dying. Okay. So relate your pitch to something in the news. Provide a solution for their audience. Here are, you know, so depending on who you're pitching to, what magazine is, what newspaper, what TV show it is, you know, depending on who their demographics is, this is what to do. This is something Ed Babcock could do. You know, if you grew up without a parent, here are 5 ways not to, you know, let your children suffer because of what happened to you, whatever it is. Make a complex situation easy to understand. And don't be afraid to be a contrarian, meaning that is a total lie. That's very powerful to do. So here are, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to pitch yourself. So I'm giving you such valuable advice. I'm kind of shocked myself. Here's a way to get in touch with the media. You know, you can do it for free, right? See if that works for you. And here is, right in the Message of You course, the way to pitch. So here's an opportunity, and here's how to take advantage of the opportunity. She also did this other one called How to Make the Media Love You. Both of them are excellent. I have to tell you, this is like really good. The other one is really good too. So lessons 6 and 7, I would definitely watch that. Okay? All right, so we have some time for some questions. Anybody have anything to say? Want to chat?
I have a little question. So before we do all of the wonderful pitching and stuff, we want to already have had our speech recorded. We want the footage, so we don't want to start to put it out there before we have our full speech and are ready to rock.
No. Wrong.
Oh, okay.
How are they wrong? Look how negative I am. So wrong.
Yeah.
Look how
All right, so tell me. Lay it on me.
Okay. You want to get a gig before you have your speech.
Ooh, that's helpful. I can do that.
You know, Karen, there's nothing like having a date looming on your calendar that's going to make you get off your ass and write it. Like, I've been talking to write this new speech, The Power of Purpose, forever, you know?
Yeah.
I just booked a gig, you know? I just booked a gig under price, but I booked it because I need video of me giving this speech to give to all the bureaus going, hey, this is my new thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I just booked it. And then I realized, oh, shit, it's in 3 weeks.
Now you got to write it. Yeah.
And I'm starting to, like, when I walk the dog, I got my opening now.
Okay.
I you know, and I just started, like, it's coming, and I'm thinking about, there's a subconscious thing that happens, and then I'll get somebody with me because I can't write alone, and then I'll work on it.
So whatever our topic is, we can start to do like the help a reporter out and put ourselves out there as somebody who talks about that before we've booked the talk.
100%.
Wow.
You gotta get yourself established as this expert, because it's all like, speaking is just one aspect of it. There's many aspects of it.
I got that. Yeah.
A lot of people will like do the TEDx talk, so that's 12 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then from that, they get a book deal. And then from that, they get people hiring them to speak and on, you know, and then they become the go-to person on, you know, the news. And, you know, it's all part of it. It's just, you know, it's like trying to get.
So I'm looking for like the checklist, but it sounds like it can come from anywhere. Like it can come in any order. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And, you know, I no longer, you know, I used to charge people a lot of money to write speeches. And I still have people coming to me going like, you know, I need to write a speech. I really want to start making this amount of money.
Yeah.
And I don't work with people who don't have a speech booked, because I don't want to take their money
if they don't have.
Why spend all this money when, you know, you don't have anything booked? So
got it.
You know,
But bookers want to see evidence that you have spoken and that you're articulate in front of an audience and that you know what you're talking about.
oh yeah, 100%.
So I guess that's when you do the free speeches and get them videotaped and upload that video to your website, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm doing.
Starting. Yeah.
I booked a local gig, you know, for a women's charity event.
Okay.
I have
And
a question. Oh.
yeah, go ahead.
Should we have a one sheet? I've heard about one sheets.
Yes.
And do you have a module on that?
Yes.
Yeah, I put together my one sheet, but I talked to this consultant who ended up to be fraudulent.
You know, if you Google speaker one sheets, you will see many, many examples. My advice is to start really, really simple. I can send you mine. It's pretty simple. There's a little bit of color. You basically have your bio, your key speeches, your clients, and then a call to action.
So on the internet, there is, and I'll show it to you. I'm bringing it up. Am I bringing it up? Anyway, there's a DIY your own one sheet, and here it is. Oh, this is one. This is sweet. This is Mike. Let me show it to you. Share. So you can download these templates for like
look at him.
$9.95. This is one of our Mike. And this is his one sheet. So you can download it in any color or what have you, and do it. So do not pay anybody any money to put together a one sheet for you, because you're going to be changing it, and then you have to hire someone to change it. Let me see if I have my own one sheet. Here.
I have to run right at 10.
Yeah. Okay. Here's do you see this is my sheet?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So I hate it. I everything I do I kind of hate.
Judy.
That's why I say don't get anybody. Every time you have change, you got to pay them a couple $100. It's all bullshit. Whatever.
Okay. That looks great.
Ta-da. Whatever. Anybody else have anything they want to share before we go? We're running to the end here. Yeah, I don't know about one sheets. Here's what I did. I asked, because, I asked my speaker bureau that I work with a lot. I said, do you use one sheets? He goes, I asked everybody here, nobody uses one sheet. But what we do like is a sheet that helps us sell. So it's a sheet the client doesn't say, but this sheet helps to understand how we sell you. Like Judy does, she's an MC, she does this, she does blah, blah, blah. So they like that.
Okay. And also, I want to add to that, because when and if you're going to pick up the damn phone and start cold calling, you've got to be ready with answers to questions you perceive they're going to ask. What do you speak about? How much do you charge? How do you handle stress, or whatever your topic is? And if you don't have that sheet in front of you, then you get all tangled up in your mouth.
And Janice, do you have one of those sheets? And Judy, do you have one of those sheets as well? That you do?
Yeah, I've created different ones depending on what is. But you mean the sheet? Let me see. Yeah, I do. Let me.
Yeah, the one that helps the speakers bureaus.
Yeah. Oh, here, Judy Carter fact sheet. Is that it? No. Oh God, life.
That sounds like a little resume, like bullet point resume.
I'll show you. I did it really good, I thought. But now, well, wait 1 second. One sheets. One is the loneliest number one. I'll do some little background music.
Thank you. That's very pleasant.
Okay. I know it has the name bureau in it. Bureau sell sheet. Here it is. Oops, sorry to say that so loudly. Bureau sell sheet. Let's see.
It's called a sell sheet.
Yeah, here it is. Well, I don't know what it's called. That's what it's called on my computer.
Yeah.
This is not it. This is really bad. Wait. This is super bad. Wait, this is the markup. So this must be like,
wow.
No, this is the notes that I was making for myself. But let me show you what it looks like. Bureau sell sheet PDF. Is this it?
This is actually very cool to see.
It actually is.
All right. So here's the sell sheet, which is Judy Carter. Speaker. These are my topics. Which clients would be a great fit for Judy Carter?
Oh, I see.
Fractured employees, awards banquets. So I put like key selling points. I know I have a really good version of it because I know I gave it to a bureau. But
Can you scroll down to the bottom again? I just want to take a screenshot of it.
No, let me find it. I know I have it, and I can send you the link to it.
But this is pretty. This is not like a blank sheet of paper with a bunch of bullet points.
Anything that I send to a speaker bureau is going to look like
pretty.
I think here it is. Wait a second. One.
All right.
Yeah,
it's good to see.
Wait. Well, no, there's nothing in there. Oh God. I don't. I just don't know where it is. Sorry, guys. Let me give me 1 minute, and I'll try and see if I call it sheet, and I'll look for the word sheet, and then it should be a PDF. Okay, PDF, and then I'll show it to you because, and I guess I should.
Can you just send it to us in an email?
Wouldn't that be smart? Okay, I just saw it here. But this is what people use. Here, is this it? Yeah. Okay.
When you spoke to the IRS, did you tell them they could save some money by paying you under the table?
Here it is.
My God.
Here's
Cash.
the end. Here's the finals.
Oh, there we go.
Let me see if I can get this. So, Judy Carter, topics. Here are my topics. Which client, here it goes. Here, you can see the whole thing now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which clients would be a good fit for Judy Carter? Content-dense conferences. Add balance to your client's program with Judy's high-voltage keynote as an early AM wake up, audience participation, a burst of adrenaline in the afternoon, or closing keynote, leaving attendees upbeat and inspired.
Oh, that's great.
Organizations in upheaval, whether it's rolling out a new lower pay schedule, changing software, downsizing, Judy customized your keynotes to address your clients' challenges and helps employees engage in the positives. Fractured employee base, Judy is the cure for the common cubicle. Connecting client staff to working and living a purposeful life.
Okay.
Awards banquets, MC Judy can drive home the program thing and energize your award ceremony with HR appropriate humor that transcends generations, media. Key selling points. I've been in the media. I've been on NPR's All Things Considered in the Wall Street Journal, and you'll have all these things once you get to Haro. Yeah. I'm the author of these books. I'm a TED and TEDx speaker, keynote at over 800 corporate events, published regular contributor, Psychology Today, Entrepreneur in Forbes, prior engagements and clues, travels from, gross fees, links. Here's my speaker video. Here's links. He's the right choice for clients who want to treat their group to energy, hilarity, relevance, irreverent yet HR appropriate humor, audience participation, meaningful, inspiring message.
Wow.
So this is what they, I give to the bureau to go, this is how to sell me.
Okay. That's awesome. Awesome to see it. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Can you scroll down to the bottom of it?
Oh yeah, it's longer than I thought it was.
Yeah, okay, there it is.
Okay.
Great.
All right, kids.
Thank you, Judy. Yes, see you 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.
Watch this stuff, okay?
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
You will.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.